Hey, welcome guys to complete HTML practical course. In this video, I'm gonna cover the following titles over here. The first one is HTML headings. So let's begin. I press Ctrl N to create a new document for myself. And here, every HTML document should start with doc type declaration. And the first tag is HTML and the last tag is HTML, and all the tags goes over here within the HTML tag. So the body is everything on the body is right in the body tag. I'm gonna save this on the desktop on the HTML practical course, and here I name it basic tags.html. I click on save. It will create a web page for us. That is, as you can see, it highlights and it recognized that this is an HTML file. So headings are so important in the HTML. Headings provides a title for our document. For example, headings start from H1 up to H6. H1 is the most important title in the HTML, and H6 is the least important title in HTML for our document. So let's write all of these tags. I opened and I closed the H1 tag. This is title. I copy this and I paste it like this, and I change the number of this. This is H2 and this is H3, H3, H4, H4, H5, and this is H5 and this is H6. Yes, I save it and I'm gonna run it from here in the Chrome, launch in Chrome. As you can see, this is the title. This is the biggest title and this is the least important title. This is the headings in the HTML. So the next one is HTML paragraphs. Paragraphs begin with the P tag for creating a paragraph. For example, this is a paragraph. I save it and here I refresh it. This is a paragraph. So paragraph is so simple. And the next one is HTML links. What is links? Links are defined with the A tag. A tag. So here I say something. Go to Google. I save it. When I run it, nothing's happened. As you can see, this is like a paragraph, this is like a text. So I set in an attribute in here, href here, and I say go to the http www.google.com. Here I type the link destination. When I click on this link, that will go in this destination. So attributes are used to provide additional information about the HTML elements. For example, this href and this is an attribute. It provided us an additional information. I save it and I refresh it like this. Now you can see this is a link. When I click on this, that will go to the google.com. This is the Google website. So I'm gonna close this, and the next one is images. Images is used for bring images. For example, so let me open that. I clear this tag. Images is like this. Images is just open and it does not close. So here I type src for typing the source of the image. I want to have the image in here. I want this to show on the browser. So this is let's click on the properties, and this is the JPG file, 1.jpg. So here when I say 1.jpg, I save it and I refresh the page. As you can see, this is the image. So image have an alternative text, ALT. Alternative is an attribute used in image. So I say in here, this is an image, and it is used when the image is not shown because of the speed of the internet, and or something another, like specifying a wrong image, a wrong document, and it will show, for example, 1 2. I this is this image does not exist on the folder, on this folder. This is our file, and this is our image. So when I refresh this, the alternative text will appear like this. So I write the, so let's add another attribute like width. Width, for example, I say 300 pixel. Here I refresh this, this is 300 pixel, and you can type the height. Height, for example, I say 200 pixel. This is an image with 300 pixel and 200 pixel height. So this is the image, and about the image and links we will learn a lot more in the future videos. So HTML elements. HTML documents are made up by HTML elements. HTML elements are written with start tag and with end tag, with the content in between. This is an HTML element. This is started and ended. So this is the content. The content goes here. This is the content, and it is an HTML element. The HTML element is everything from the starting tag to the end tag. This is my tag name. This is my tag. This I started tag. I close the tag, and this is the content of my element. Some HTML elements do not have an end tag. For example, I say something like HR. HR will be bring a line like this. This is our title, and this is the HR tag. It don't have the closing tag. And this is an empty element tag, which I explained in here, HTML, empty HTML elements. So HTML elements, these are the types, and I will explain that on here. So let's save this. The next one is nested HTML elements. HTML elements can be nested, or element can be contains element. All HTML documents consist of nesting HTML elements. This example, as you can see, consist of nested HTML elements. The first one is HTML tag, and the second one is body. The body is within the HTML tag, and between the body I'm gonna type here an h1. This is an h1, and h1 is on the body tag. So here I say title, and here I say some paragraph, and the paragraph is between the HTML and body tag. This is a paragraph. The HTML element defines the whole document. It has a start tag and an end tag. The document content is another HTML element, the body tag. The body elements define the document body. It has a start tag and it has an end tag. The element content is two other HTML elements, and the h1 and the p tag. The h1 element defines a heading. It has a start tag and it has an end tag. The element content is title. P element defines a paragraph. It has a start tag and it has an end tag. The element content is this is a paragraph. So this is the HTML element, And the next one is don't forget the end tag. What will happen? In HTML, when I forget the end tag, I say I open a paragraph and I said this is a very simple paragraph, and here I start an P like this. This is another paragraph. When I save it and I refresh on the browser, as you can see, this will display correctly, but don't do this. It will show you an expected result. For example, when I type here an H1 and I1B, this is another, this is for example title, what it will show. This is a title, but in the same cases it's a very bad to do like this. For example, when I type here H1 and here I type a P paragraph and when I refresh, this should be very, this line should be very big and this should be a paragraph. When I refresh this all but is a paragraph because the H1 started from here and it's not ended, and the paragraph will always be like H1 big. So don't do this. Whenever you start a tag, don't forget to close that. I started the H1, I closed. I started the P paragraph and I closed like this. And before writing the content of any tag, close it like this and then bring your content over. So the next one is empty HTML elements. What is empty HTML elements? As I typed earlier, the HR tag bring me a horizontal line. HTML elements with no content are called empty elements. The HR is an empty element without a closing tag. The HR tag defines a horizontal line. Empty elements can be closed in the opening tag like this. Add a slash in here. It closed. But HTML5 does not require empty elements to be closed. If you want your page more stricter validation or you need to make your document readable by XML parsers, you should close all HTML elements. When I save this and I refresh, it will bring a horizontal line. And that another tag, for example, BR is a break line. When I type a paragraph like this is a paragraph and here's another paragraph. This is another paragraph. I save it, I refresh it, and whenever I want, this is the paragraph. The paragraph is I want to break in here, so I need to type in here BR where will break the line breaked. So the next one is use lowercase tags. HTML tags are not case sensitive. Whenever I type the P tag like this, it is the same like this. It is no different. The HTML is not case sensitive. The HTML5 standard does not require lowercase tags, but W3C recommends lowercase in HTML4 and demands lowercase for stricter document types like XHTML. So I recommend you to use always the tags lowercase. Make it standard for yourself. And this is for this video, guys. And in the next video we'll cover a lot more about the HTML. Happy coding!